Hey everyone, Jamie Makes here from Miss Paper, and today I'm sharing a flip through of two traveler's notebooks that I've made to accompany me on past trips. I'm getting ready to take another trip, so that's why I am sharing these two ahead of sharing the process videos for putting that together, so look for that soon. So this is the traveler's notebook that I have to document some of the large trips that my husband and I have taken over the past several years. So in here is our honeymoon when we went to London. Our first year anniversary trip, we went to Peru. And then this year, we are just about to head out on our Hawaii vacation. So this is a traveler's notebook cover from, oh goodness, who does this one? Webster's Pages. It's really old. I've had it for several years. And the only thing it holds are these traveler's notebooks that I put together ahead of our trips and that I take with me when we are traveling so that I can document everything that's going on. These aren't the only documentation I do for these specific trips. Really, they're to help me remember what we did on each of the days. And then also I have a section where I highlight what my favorite part of the day was, and my husband does the same. So let me just do a really quick flip through of these. I've shared both of these projects before on the Jamie_makes account, and I will try to link those below so that you can see where those are and look at all the pages individually and to peruse at your leisure. So I've never really decorated these front pockets. I probably should, and I could, but for now it's just empty. And I only have the two in here. I will shortly be adding Hawaii, but let's start with this one. I created this in 2018, as I said, ahead of our honeymoon, which we took to London. And for this one, I used an Ellie Studio kit. I put the entire thing together using that kit, which is no longer available. It was from 2018, but it was this jumping off point for this entire project. And so I have my itinerary here. I have my title page. I have, ooh, there's a bug in here. I have just kind of an opening of, a photo of me and my husband in London, and just a tiny little bit of journaling there. And then this is where we get into every page being the same format, and I just kind of fill in the blanks after I'm back. And then while we're there, I will write down like what we did, and then we'll each write down our memory. We try to do that every day while we're there. So I have this format of it's day 1 of 8. I have that it was a Friday and then the actual date. I left a space for an Instax size photo and then a space to record what we had done on that day. I also had a space here where where I was totaling the steps that we took for that specific day, since when we're traveling, we tend to walk more. This day we were just in the airport and really didn't get out very much. I had left a space for some ephemera. I had left these two spaces for recording our favorite memories. I left this space with the intention to put a 3x4 photo of the two of us side by side. I think, yeah, this is the year that I decided that I wanted to put a photo of me and my husband every single day of this trip, mimicking something that Tracy Fox had done in her album, recording just a bunch of photos of her and her husband over several days on their vacation. I just love that. So that's what I decided to do there. And then I left space for two little photos to be included at the bottom here. So as I flip through, you're going to see that it's the exact same format. The only things that are changing, of course, are, well, the colors, one, and then the photos, of course, and then also the ephemera that I'm adding in here. And it was just, it became, these are super quick and easy to finish once you've done all of the bases. So when I got home, all I really needed to do was print like 8 Instax photos, 8 3x4 photos, and then 16 of these little 2x2 photos, and add them in here, along with, whatever ephemera I thought I wanted to add that day. And so you do the majority of the work before you leave, and so when you get home, it's really quick and simple to put together, which is one of the reasons why I love these. And it's a record of what we did on each of the days and our favorite memories and all of that. I think I was using this Instax to kind of highlight like my outfit of the day, because we spend so much time like packing and figuring out what we could wear when and et cetera, et cetera. And then I don't know, sometimes I don't really get good photos of them. So I wanted to make sure to get a picture of what I was wearing. And then on this one, my husband, I think, flip-flopped his or something like that. So then he decided to put a Post-it note there. But I like it. I think it adds just more to the ephemera of it all. And then I have this page, which was just like a fun layout that I had space for. I think this is a scrap lift. I can't remember who I scrap lifted it from. But if you go back to the Jamie Makes account, which I will have linked to these specific layouts, you will see who I scrap lifted that from. I'm sorry, I can't remember. It's been several years now. Then there was a page just for some ephemera, and in this instance, I just put a bunch of receipts down in here. Then I made these couple pockets to add more ephemera in as well. As you can see, these kind of don't age very well. You know, one of these days they'll be gone, but that's okay. It's not that huge a deal. And then I guess I never finished this, but that's fine. So that is what my London album looks like. And based off of London, where I cut out, I die cut the letters for London and then stitched around it. I did the same thing when I was creating this for Peru. I wanted to kind of do this something similar, so there was some continuity there, but not the exact same thing. And obviously, you know, Peru has a different number of letters, so it made it easier to enlarge the letters for Peru and put them here. So I did the same thing where I die cut my letters and I stitched around them and I added a label, as you can see here. So for Peru, it's very similar to London, but slightly different. So Peru, instead of adding an itinerary, I put a large photo here and then just kind of an overview about this trip in general. And this is using a Feed Your Craft kit from several years ago, Feed Your Craft / In a Creative Bubble. I used the digital kit to create this. And then I added the itinerary here. And since I knew llamas were going to be part of our trip, I made sure to get a few, not all of the llama things to include as well in this album, because I love them so much. And I just think I manipulated a 3x4 card to create this like double page spread to, you know, highlight all of the days that we were there. So again, I'm adding the date, the day of the week, and that it was day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, that kind of thing. And all of this, I did all of this before we left. So all of this was done before we left. This I did after the fact. This was done before, and then all these pages were put together. And then when I came home, all I needed to do was add the 3x4 photo, an Instax photo, and our and like I think another little 2x2 photo as well. And it's the same kind of things where we are putting down what we did that day. And this one, I was recording what the weather was like. I did the steps and the miles again, and then of course we did his favorites and my favorites, and then just some embellishing using the Feed Your Craft kit, using what looks like to be some Everyday Explorer Co. stamps, Allie Edwards stamps. I think this is Everyday Explorer Co. This is Carrie Bradford. This is Ellie Studio. Just a variety of stamps from my stash. And again, it's the same format every single day. So while I'm there, you know, we're writing this in, we're writing the weather, we're writing in our favorites, and then adding in our miles and all of that good stuff. I may have done this when I got home. I'm not 100% sure there. But it's so simple. There's not a lot to do while you're there other than take the photos and write, you know, like 2 paragraphs a day. Or for me, 2 paragraphs, 1 paragraph for my husband. And then we are good to go. And I just love how this one came together there. It's a record of our time. You know, it was something I carried around with me while we were traveling. And so I think it's another kind of piece of ephemera from the trip that got carted along with us while we were there. And I just love it. So this is one of the reasons why I like to do these types of traveler's notebooks for specifically for long travel trips. I'm not going to do this necessarily for, you know, a long weekend, but on these trips where we're gone for, you know, 7-8 days, I definitely want to highlight that because things can get super jumbled in your mind. You can't remember what you did when, where you were on a specific date. And so this just makes it easier to remember all that. And so I actually do have entire 6x8 pocket page albums for both of these trips alongside of these traveler's notebooks. Here at the end, I had a page just for some miscellaneous photos that I was going to be able to add after the fact. So this was decorated for the most part. And when I got home, I added the photos and maybe a bit of the embellishing, but I think I did do some of the embellishing before we left. And then I added a pocket here at the end for some of our ephemera things. And then I think at the end, we just have a full size, full sheet photo. So that is what they look like currently. And I've added, because this has this little strap here, you know, the straps that come as part of the traveler's notebook, I added some keychains that I picked up in each of the locations. So I got this Harrods keychain on one trip. It wasn't actually this trip to London, but I had it in my stash and I was like, oh, okay, that's perfect. I added this little llama that I think is so stinking adorable that I got on the trip. And then I purchased this one ahead of our trip to Hawaii because we have not yet gone there, and added it to the outside. And I just like the extra little jazz it adds to the album. So that is what the, this is what it currently looks like. So I set the notebook aside, and now I have the new traveler's notebook insert that I am going to be using for our trip to Hawaii, which we are leaving tomorrow. I'm super excited about. Got my nails painted, so one of the few times you'll probably actually see my nails painted on this YouTube channel. But I did something similar to what I did in previous years in that I die cut the letters of the city, or the place rather, and then I stitched around them using various colors of thread. And then I fully intend to add a label with the dates here, similar to what I had done previously. And so this is, I think this is a notebook from Freckled Fawn. And I have just made put little stickies down to show what I'm planning to do on each of the pages. So I know I think what I'm wanting to do here is do a photo grid of 2x2 pics, which will be something that'll have to be done when we get home, obviously. And then add a trip overview page here. One thing that I do in these albums, or excuse me, in these little notebooks, is I tend to glue pages back to back because they are very thin pages, and with any stamping, you're definitely going to see through. So I will plan to glue these back to back, and then I will have the itinerary page here. I will have our first day, day 1 of, I don't know how many, 8 here, day 2, the 23rd. So I've just kind of denoted what goes where, and also to make sure that I don't have any extra empty pages in my album, gluing the pages together really helps with that. At the end here, I have that I would like to do another ephemera pocket, which I've done in both of the other traveler's notebooks. And then at the end, just another full-size photo like I did at the end of our Peru album. Traveler's notebook, not album. And so this is where I am starting from. And so next I will show some of the products that I'm planning to use to put this together. So this is my Hawaii bin. These are the things that I have purchased and have been collecting and putting aside for this trip because I knew that it was happening. And so this is some of the stuff that I got. I think the majority of what I got is from Heidi Swap. So let me look at those. It's 2 different collections of hers that have come out somewhat recently. It's Carefree and Art Walk. I think Art Walk is older. Let's see, does it say 2019 is Art Walk, and then 2020 is Carefree. So these, I purchased all of this Heidi Swap stuff and some of the few other things here from scrapbook.com, and I'll link everything I still can below in the description notes in the YouTube description box so you can see those there. but it's really a lot of Carefree and Art Walk. And I just thought that these would be perfect for Hawaii, not less because there is a photo of Hawaii, but then there's, you know, green. Obviously, I'm going to be able to use that there. Just some like generic patterns that can be used in so many different instances. Here's a terrazzo pattern. Here's some cute little tags, you know, just washes of color. I just thought, love this. This is like a shadow of a palm leaf of some kind. And I just thought they would be really great to document Hawaii with. I just thought the colors worked really well from what I remember of Hawaii. And so I'm excited to put those together. So I got the 6x8 paper pad for that, as well as the Art Walk paper pad. And these are just some of the more brighter colors. And I thought it would be nice to kind of mix those two together. And then also I ended up getting like these little postcards and stickers, these tags, lots of sticker books here, a sticker book here, and some of the 6x12 sticker sheets. Lots of labels. I end up using lots of labels in my traveler's notebook. And just a note, like some of this is for absolutely specifically for the traveler's notebook, but then it's also going to be used for the 6x8 album that I plan to put together after we get back. I really loved this Prima marketing paper. It's gorgeous. I just loved the design. And then also there's a bit of some silver foiling in here, so that's beautiful. And then I got just a few of the Heidi Swap pages, the full-size pages. I don't know, I guess I really just love this. I do really love these palm trees. This is a cut-apart sheet with, I think I'm planning to use this as a cut-apart sheet. And this is also part of Heidi's, I don't know which of the two collections. It's part of the Carefree collection, and I just thought it was really pretty and fun and special, and I definitely want to include this. If not in my traveler's notebook, definitely in the 6x8 album that I plan to put together. I also opted to get the washi tapes because I love washi and I end up using it lots. Especially, I think it's great for traveler's notebooks because it's a flat product. It's not going to add a lot of bulk, and that's really important to me in traveler's notebooks specifically because as you continue to work on them, you know, the left side ends up getting built up, and it can be a little bit hard to do any stamping later down the road, or even, I don't know, it makes it a little bit harder to work with if there's like a lot of bulk or some, you know, kind of really dimensional embellishments in there. So I really love to use washi tape specifically in traveler's notebooks. And then there's a bit of a mishmash of other things that I've found along the way. So these are really old Kelly Perky, when it was still Kelly Perky and not Paper Person, 4x6 cards that I can, like I said, use either in the traveler's notebook or in the 6x8 album. I ordered the little it was a palm leaf keychain that I added to the outside of the traveler's notebook from Pine and Peony, and so they sent me this as well when I ordered it. It's just a cute little happy face, so I added it to this pile of stuff because I think I could absolutely use it. And then I ordered this, it's called Watercolor Wishes from Lawn Fawn. It's a 6x6 paper pad, and I just thought it was so pretty. It's just washes of color, and I think it can go with so many different things, but I really think it could work well with this specific Hawaii traveler's notebook. And then I have some stickers. So from Social Paper Plan, I ordered a few of their stamps, and these are little guys, which I think are awesome, especially in a traveler's notebook when you don't have as much real estate as you do on a 12x12 layout. So there's this one that says Aloha, and then I got this one that says Hawaii, Aloha, and then Umakilikimaha, I think. Anna, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for butchering this, but I also got these two Hawaiian stamps. I got this stamp set from Mama Elephant. I really love the kind of hibiscus and then these outlines of words that say mahalo, aloha, and then these are just, you know, universal words you can use for anything. I got this stamp set from Everyday Explorer Co. It's called Golden Hour, and it was designed by Carrie Stiles, and it's just about the ocean and waves. And I thought it would be perfect for this this album. And then I also ordered these Heidi Swap stamps. This is 2019, so I'm thinking these go with Art Walk. Yeah. And I think they're going to be great to add some texture and background to the Traveler's Notebook pages. Again, another flat element that'll just add some design to the background pages, so they're not, you know, as just big white canvases. And then I also ordered these from Carrie Bradford. It's the Aloha stamp set. And I just loved all of the little sentiments there. I love that there's like a leaf and some palm trees to add. And so that is all that I have pulled from my stash and purchased specifically for this project. And so what I plan to do next is just start playing in my Traveler's Notebook and get that going.
So look for part 2, where I'll be assembling the base and putting it all together. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please be sure to like it and or subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you. Jamie Makes signing off.